This week is our biggest push ever in the bus. We're driving 1,500 miles in 3 days from Western Colorado to Columbus, Ohio, stopping only to eat and sleep. We're Kristen, Jameson, and Maddie. We've been living in our motorhome while both working full-time for over 2 years. This season is all about building community on the road and sharing more behind the scenes of our RV life along the way.
So we're about ready to get going. I just had to finish the TPMS monitors. We got the TST pass-through sensors. We had to get 10 of them. They're not cheap. I think they're $50 each. But we're about ready to start the journey across the country, and we thought it was just a smart insurance policy to have. So I've finished programming all of the sensors and labeled them. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish putting them on the Jeep and the RV, and that way we'll get going, see what our tire pressures are. Okay, so this is the last sensor. It's the passenger front one for the bus. It's already been programmed, so all we need to do is put it on. These have really nice locking washers, so it goes reverse thread right here. So I just put that nut on first and then just screw this on. Alright, once it's secure, I can back the nut back and then use just a little tool to tighten it down, so that way they don't come off and they're not stolen. And we can see if we get a reading. Yep, 98 PSI, what we should be. We're ready to go.
All right, we are packed up and ready for a big drive day.
Yeah, we're gonna try to make it all the way from Montrose into Kansas today. I think it's gonna be what, about 550 miles, 500 miles?
Yeah, I just looked at the hours. I don't know. It's just over 8 hours, and it is 11:07.
Mm.
So we're looking at pulling in right around dark. Don't do what we do.
I decided to go for a 2.5 hour run this morning, and you know, that takes time.
So we are at the RV Entrepreneur event right now in Montrose, Colorado. It is southwest Colorado, so we have to drive all the way up to meet the 70, and then we'll be on the 70. We are heading first for Ohio.
Yep, go see my family. That's where I was born and raised, and go see them. Haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah, his mom and brother and nieces and nephews, and everybody still live there, so.
Then we're gonna make our way further east.
My family lives in Massachusetts, so it's about 1,500 miles from here to Ohio, and then, believe it or not, still another 1,200 from Ohio to my family lives out on the coast. So today's our first big day, and because we both work full-time, to do this on the weekends would have taken us forever.
Yep.
So we took vacation time.
Yeah, just so we can make it in a big push to get it done. We know that this is going to be a big drive, and we don't want to draw it out over like a week or two.
Yeah.
We just like to get to the East Coast before it gets too cold and spend as much time as we can with family.
Yeah, we're in a little bit of a race against the cold right now, so we're going to take the next 4 days to drive
To
1,500 miles.
Yep.
Let's go.
I think you're going to be good. Yeah, you got it.
got an alarm going off.
Yeah.
Does this trailer even have a tow vehicle?
Oh, it's a Ford Explorer. Like an old. That is way too big for you. Sorry, bro. There's gotta be some rock climbing, like right there.
One of those rafting companies, a little bit of the ways back, had rock climbing on their sign as well. There's gotta be.
Oh, there's like a bolt right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like some Moab type climbing, like right on the highway.
Yeah. Okay, it is day one, stop one of our trip from Colorado to Ohio, and we are at the Cheyenne Mountain State Park. We just pulled in to stretch our legs, run to the bathroom, grab a snack, and we've been driving about 4 hours so far today, maybe 4.5, and we've got about 3 hours to go, so we're in a bit of a rush trying to kind of maximize daylight, make it before it gets dark. But we had two problems on the way here. One, we had an alarm on the dashboard that we've never had before that said, stop engine, check engine. And we couldn't sense anything wrong with the bus. We were in really high altitude on a really steep grade. And as soon as we started to come down over that pass, it was totally fine and we didn't get the error again. So we're gonna keep an eye on it as we continue this long haul. And our second issue was actually the one that came first, but heading out of town, we were trying to use our Togo RV GPS, and it like fritzed out and we didn't know which way to turn, so we just stayed on the way that Google Maps told us to go. So instead of going north and west a little bit out of Montrose to catch up with the 70, we ended up going south and east and took this incredibly beautiful mountain road the entire way across the entire state of Colorado. But other than the weird engine error alarm, I think it was totally worth it. It actually was only 6 minutes longer according to Google, and it saved us 100 miles off the trip, and the average speed was about 55 miles an hour. So I think we probably saved on some fuel economy, and definitely took some miles off of our big long trip. So can't argue with that, and it was so beautiful. Hopefully we have enough footage to include here, and we're just gonna get back on the road.
Now it's the 70 all the way to Columbus.
Yeah, long way.
Yeah. Looking forward to Kansas. Sorry, Kansas.
It's been almost 6 hours straight across southern Colorado today.
Yeah.
My GPS says we've only gone 310 miles. But we took 100 miles off by taking the shortcut.
Yep.
So that's like 400 miles.
Yeah, taking shortcuts in big buses is something that we do now.
I wouldn't recommend it. So how far do we have to go then? Maybe like 1,100 miles?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll double check that tonight.
Yep.
So we're just gonna drive until we can?
Yeah, I think we're gonna stop at a rest stop tonight or a Walmart, and we have everything we need. We're still at a half tank of gas, and Kansas gas is a lot cheaper than Colorado gas, so we're gonna definitely fill up in Kansas. Yeah, we're good for tonight. Leaving colorful Colorado. Right here. Right? Is that it?
Nancy didn't say yet. Oh, welcome to Kansas. New state. Colorado. Woo.
Day one done. How many miles? Like
405 miles.
Seemed like longer. It was a long day.
It took us about 8 hours of driving. We only took one short break. And we found this awesome rest area. It was the first rest area as you pass into Kansas. And I always think like the first rest area going into a new state is always the best one because it's like the visitor center. And it has RV parking, it has a dump station, it's got trash.
Yeah, there's a nice little loop that we're on that's kind of outside of the normal where people just get off to go to the bathroom and get just a rest. So it's a little bit quieter over here. Hopefully we'll get a good night's sleep. And then we'll try getting the tanks dumped tomorrow, get back on the road, and we definitely need to get some gas. Kansas gas is much cheaper than Colorado, so we're looking forward to that. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be hopefully
Probably a big day.
Yeah, hopefully we get through Kansas, but you know, Kansas in a day is always tough. So we'll see.